What's up, folks, and welcome back to Dyce Reacts, where we are staying in Australia tonight. Yeah, we're gonna be checking out Holden VF Youth versus the Nürburgring world record lap. Yes, very much excited. Check this one out. We ain't gonna waste no more time. We're just gonna get right into it, folks. We're gonna get right into it. Oh yeah.
Okay, here we go to start the lap. Approaching turn one, back into second gear. Car starts to slide a little bit as we don't have the tyres up to temperature yet. Upshift to third gear, keep it flat through this section. Stab on the brakes, turn the car into the right-hander. This is Hatzenback, a whole series of left and right corners. A real rhythm section where you've got to get the car to flow right to go quickly. Stab on the brakes and jump the curb, a little bit of a slide, run the car all the way to the exit. Hard brake, back into third gear and jump the curb again. A little bit of a power slide on the way in, wide open throttle. For Kudelbacher-Ho. Upshift to fourth gear, keep it flat, approach the compression. A small tap on the brakes and make the jump. Turn the car in and keep it flat through this section. Wide open in fourth gear. Tricky to get the apexes right in this part of the track. Keeping it flat as we approach. Upshift into fifth gear as we approach the Riser Schwedenkreuz. Spin the wheels as we go over the top of it. Stab on the brakes and turn the car in. A little bit of a slide, hard on the brake pedal. Back into third gear for the run down into Arenberg. Now wide open on the exit and run the car aggressively downhill, down Fuchs Road. Upshift to fourth gear, keeping it flat. You've got to be really accurate with the steering. Upshift to fifth gear, again keeping it wide open. Hard on the brakes, back into fourth gear. Again another stab back into third gear and make the right-hander. Run this corner deep. Back into second. Quick upshift into third gear as we make the approach to Metzgersfeld.
2 minutes.
Difficult to get your brake marker right into this corner. Back into third gear. Hard on the brakes. The run through Calenard is also difficult. Aggressively on the brakes to slow the car down, a little bit of a slide on the way in, and again back open on the throttle. A small snub apply and then make the left hand turn, go back to wide open throttle, and again aggressive on the brakes. Difficult corner with a double apex. Upshift to fourth gear for the run down the hill, back into third, and then back again into second. One of the slowest corners of the track. Upshift second to third, and then again to fourth just before the kink. There's a bump that upsets the car, and quickly get on the brakes and back into third gear. Quick tap into second gear just for a very short period, and then wide open into third. We're coming up to the famous bergwerk, keeping it flat.
We're gonna take a pause here. How large is the course? Like what's the size of this course? I mean, it definitely looks really huge, and I would have really liked to know the speeds that are taking place currently as he's doing that. I guess the time trial. Yeah, hit me up in the comments with that information. We'll take it back just a bit.
To the famous bergwerk, keeping it flat through second, through fourth, third, and now fourth. Flat through the kink and hard on the brakes, back into third gear. You've got to get the apex right at this corner because you've got a long climb where you've got to get the exit speed right. Now it's wide open throttle for several kilometres as we cross the 11 kilometre mark. Upshift to 4th gear.
Beautiful
Still keeping it
landscape,
flat.
man.
There's a little rise on the track here. Just got to open up the steering a little bit. Keep it flat through this section. Step on the brakes, back into 3rd gear for a quick turn, wide open. You sit the car very close to the rev limiter, upshift to 4th and hold it flat through this section. You come over the rise, quickly tap on the brakes and turn the car into the right-hander. And we're now approaching Steel Striker. The corner before the carousel, back into 2nd gear, a little bit of a slide on the way out. Upshift to 3rd, keep it flat all the way up to the carousel. The carousel is the most famous corner on the Nürburgring. Hard on the brakes, back into 2nd and then drive the car aggressively through the carousel. Wide open throttle, just stabbing at the throttle. Wide open on the exit, upshift to 3rd gear. Upshift to 4th and keep it flat through this section. Small lift to get the car into the left-hander. We're coming up to Hoak, back into 3rd gear, turn the car in and go back to wide open throttle for a brief moment. This is the highest part of the track now. Getting the car to flow right through this section is critical to keep your speed up.
This part looks very
Jump the
tricky.
curb on the inside, let the car drift all the way to the outside, brake in the compression and then make the turn up the hill.
You gotta be a driver,
We're
man.
approaching Brunchen now, which is one of the most famous corners on the track because of all the spectators that stand at this point. A little bit of a slide on the way in, run the curb on the way out, and now approaching the ice curve, one of the most difficult corners on the track.
Ice.
Car starts to slide, and get back on the throttle, run the car over the curb on the outside, and set yourself up for Flatsgarden. Flatsgarden is one of the sections where the car jumps. Upshift to 4th gear, quick stab, jump, down again, back into 3rd gear,
Yeah, you can see
and run the car
seas.
wide open throttle. We had a car lose oil here about 10 minutes before this run, and the sand is all over the road. So a little bit of a slide, keep it flat through this section. It's like being on a roller coaster as the car sweeps.
It's getting really interesting right there.
Quick stab on the brakes, back into 3rd gear,
Yes,
wide
it's
open
very-
throttle again and run the
There's
car
a
all
massive
the way to
corner
the
coming up.
outside. We're approaching the 2nd carousel. Turn the car in. You can see the sand on the road from
This is
the
tough.
oil spill. We jump out of the carousel
Damn.
and another power slide on the way out. Approaching a critical corner where we've got to now get the lead up onto the main straight right.
Okay.
We're in 3rd gear.
Gonna have a stretch
Start to
coming,
approach
man.
wide open throttle now as we hit the apex and start to drift the car right to the outside. Upshift to 4th gear.
Damn.
Wide open throttle, we have a quick look at the gauges. Upshift to 5th gear.
What a sweet drive, man.
Approaching the very fast kink at the end of the straight. Turn the car in. A quick brake in the compression. Off again. A little bit of a slide on the way up.
That looked very scary.
Going to hold
man.
it all together now for the last few corners. Back into 2nd gear. And there's the last turn. There goes the record lap. We were really pleased with the way this turned out. We didn't think we were going to run as fast as we did. An
Wow.
8:19 is an awesome time and we're very, very pleased.
This was really entertaining, man. This was very good to see. I can imagine the driver just enjoying a road without any potholes. Where I come from, full of potholes, man, and just taking the vehicle to the maximum, you know, and just doing your thing as a driver, enjoying the beautiful scenery as well, but you gotta stay focused. Any deep in concentration, you might just get off the track and the whole race is sabotage. Especially, I mean it's like a time trial, but especially if there's actually the actual race, you gotta stay focused, not just for the roads, but you gotta look at for the other drivers. So there's a lot of attentiveness in terms of those kind of races, and shout out to those folks that can drive at those kind of high speeds and actually do a good job at it. I mean, you may look at it and sometimes when you see it on television it doesn't look as fast, but when you get the camera in that angle from inside the car, you actually get a better feel for the speeds and the race track itself, how difficult it is at certain points. So it's very good to see that aspect, that perspective as well. Yes, I'm going to be checking more videos on racing in general. If you want to see that long journey outro that I do, hit me up on Dyce Reacts where I do music reactions. This way I'm going to be making my exit, so until next time, peace out.